What's up, guys? Brown Sugar Babe here. So, Martell is suing Melody Shari for full custody of the Eminem kids. That's right, you heard it, full custody. Okay, essentially, he's trying to tell the court for whatever reason that Mel is an unfit mother? What in the freaking hell? The first thing I said when I heard this is he wants Melody's money. That's the only way he can get child support from her, because according to their current divorce decree, they have joint custody of the children and they waived to file a child support petition against each other. Now he wants full custody of those kids to get her money. That is my opinion. And he wants that money to support him and Coleslaw. This man is cray cray. Anyway, y'all, before I play the video, please like and subscribe. This shit is crazy. Y'all, take a listen to the whole thing. Oh my God. All right, take care.
Yeah. How are they doing through this transition? Because I can only imagine they are fairly young. I can only imagine how confusing it is for them at this point. How are they dealing with, their dad no longer being in the house?
So, of course, they've gotten a lot better, of course. So we have joint custody. So they're with me 1 week, they're with him 1 week. It's still very much so different for them because they were used to mom and dad and, us being in the same house, us taking trips together, us going out to dinner together. And unfortunately, sometimes you're in a situation to where you have to put certain boundaries in place where you may wish that you could still sometimes do family dinners or do things so the kids feel great. Sometimes people don't really make you feel comfortable to do that, and because of that, you end up being in situations to where that's not happening and the kids are feeling the effects of the divorce even more because it's a cold cut.
Yeah.
But I do my part to try to make sure that I'm not raising traumatized adults, if that makes sense. So I have them in therapy. They have an amazing village of my friends, of our family, loved ones who love on them, who spend time with them, and just try as best as possible to have as much normalcy as possible. And of course, for me, I work super hard to make sure that they are still getting the same lifestyle that they were accustomed to before the divorce. So that's why I work super hard to make sure that they're good and they're not feeling bad.
Yeah. Do you think they're aware of what's going on as per the show? Like, do you think they've seen any of the things that have happened? Because y'all have gotten into it. Y'all have definitely gotten into it. And I know that that's something that, a lot of parents tried to shield their children from in the midst of a divorce.
Absolutely. So at one point, I would say they weren't aware of a lot of things pertaining to social media because they don't have social media accounts. They're 10, 9, 6, and 2. Mm-hmm. And so they were shielded a lot at first. Now, as of late, as in the past, like 6 months, I'm learning they go on YouTube.
Yes.
Because they but we wouldn't let them watch the show. If there was a scene that they were in, we would allow them to watch that scene. Mm-hmm. But other than that, we wouldn't even let them watch the show. So they had been shielded for quite some time. But as they're getting older, and they know how to go on the computer and go to youtube.com, they definitely see a little bit more.
Yeah. And I wonder if that's something, obviously Martell's not here to speak on his own behalf, but I wonder if that's something that either of you guys consider when certain things are happening on the show, because I know he's had some choice words for you and you've had some choice words for him. So are those conversations that you currently have with your children regarding, the things that you guys have said to each other?
No, they haven't necessarily asked anything about what we've said to each other. No.
Okay. And I just want to make one more thing crystal clear before we continue. Are you going by Melody Holt or are you going by Melody Shari? That's your middle name, right?
Melody Shari. Mm-hmm.
Melody Shari. Okay. Are you going by Melody Shari or are you still going by Melody Holt?
So I am going by Melody Shari. Okay. My management team fortunately has submitted my information for my handles to be changed. So I'm waiting on that. But I am going by Melody Shari. I've already, to be honest with you, I actually had reached out to my attorney to do an official legal name change, right? And so I was planning on doing that process, thought it would be something, you know, in 30 days or less, name change, no big deal. And then I found out that because I am currently in a custody battle, that I'm unable to change. So if you have any other proceeding happening in the state, you can't change your last name at the time.
Okay.
And so because unfortunately I am dealing with that, I can't legally change my name yet.
Okay. A lot of your fans, I've been seeing the talks on social media. A lot of your fans seem to think that you are not going to change your last name because, you know, your children have that last name. That's your, you know, that's the family name, and that's the name that's on the business that you know, help to cultivate. How do you feel about that?
I definitely understand, you know, where they're coming from, and I understand how maybe they could see things that way. Me making the decision to change my last name had nothing to do with anyone, to be honest with you. Literally, I was the same way. That's why I can say I understand, because I remember people used to ask me, when are you going to change your last name? Are you going to change your last name? And my answer was, no. I was married. My children's last name is Holt. So I'm going to keep that last name. And literally one day I was in my kitchen and I remember I was reaching up in my medicine cabinet to grab something, and it dropped in my spirit, change your last name. That day I hit my management team and I was like, hey, I'm changing my last name. The next day I reached out to my attorney. How do I start the process to change my last name? Because one thing about me is when I feel something in my spirit, when God says go, on anything, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, let's go. That's all I need. When I feel that in my spirit, that's it. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, what anybody else's opinion is. It doesn't matter. So I started moving on it. And like I said, you know, because of the fact that I am being sued for custody, I can't do it. So
how do you feel about that? The custody suit that's going on right now?
It's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. I mean, we've been doing week on, week off, or when I first left in 2020, sometimes 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever. We've been doing an exchange for a long time. So it's very interesting is what I'll say.
What is it that he's seeking? Does he want full custody, or he just wants joint custody?
We already have joint custody.
Yeah, okay. So he's looking for full custody.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Okay. Oh, all right. That's why it's interesting. Okay, yeah. I'm here with you. I'm here.